everyone, welcome back to Quality Now. I'm your host Lavender. Today I'm so honored to invite Jimmy to come onto our podcast. Jimmy, say hi.
Jimmy, you don't have to be honored, you just have to be happy, okay?
Yes, so chill. Okay, we are having a chill afternoon. We are in a cafe. And so let me introduce a bit about this podcast. Quality Now is all about diving deep into the meaningful conversations and elevating our quality of the life. And together we'll explore relationship and self-development and the quality moments that we get in our life. And because I believe the moment of the quality time, which means that we are being fully present in this moment and we stay with our loved ones, friends, or family. So today we are going to talk about anything, right?
Okay,
so,
anything you want.
Okay. As we start, because Jimmy, my biggest impression of Jimmy is the English teacher, very professional one, and the other one is the public speech champion. So let's start from these two. Jimmy, you are becoming from English teacher in a school, then become a freelancer, right? Can you introduce your journey about this?
Okay, actually I have been teaching in a public high school for 4 years. So it was in a public senior high school. And the thing is that I couldn't stand being a head teacher for a big class of students, so I quit. But when I quit my job from my high school, I knew I have the ability to handle different tasks and would earn more money than before. So I have that confidence, and that's why I quit. So actually many of my friends turn to me and ask, wow, I'm so bored at the moment, I can't stay my job anymore. Should I quit? And usually I will tell them to stay in your position for a little more while because their situation is not the same as mine. So they need a second thought about that. But at that time, I just follow my instincts. I quit and I made it. So I'm so happy that I'm a freelancer at the moment. I don't have to be limited by so many regulations at school. I love it.
Okay. Wow, I think that talking about quitting is a tough decision. For many people stay in the career space, and it's the same with me actually. So we can talk about this later. And you said you didn't like to handle with the task dealing with the students in the class, right? So you like to handle or talk to students one by one, or what's the difference? Like talking to a group of students and the persons that you taught right now.
First of all, it doesn't mean I don't like handling students. I like getting along well with students, but I don't want to work in a public high school because there's so many regulations for them. They're required to sit quietly at the desk and no more movements throughout the day, and that's what I couldn't bear. But teaching is something I really love, and that's the first thing I have to clarify a little bit. And second, dealing with a big group of students is quite dealing with a one-on-one class. Because when you are having a one-on-one lesson, you will know more about how they think. Because as a 学霸, you know everything in English. You thought learning English is super easy, but when you are one-on-one, you'll find that the little brain have such different idea that you will never know, okay? You may even curse but the more one-on-one lessons you have, the more you understand people, understand students, and then you can teach better in big lessons because you have a better understanding. So this is the same case in many other careers. For example, if you want to be a coach or you want to be a lecturer, so it's good to start with one-on-one to help others to know more about each individual, and then you'll find the common problems among them, and then you can have your own solution, and that solution will be the selling point of your lesson. But when it comes to teaching a big class, facing, for example, 30, 40, or 50 students, it requires some public speaking skills. And you should have the 气场, you have the air that can hold the audience. So it's quite different. So usually a more energetic teacher is able to handle bigger lessons. And that's why I encourage a teacher who want to teach bigger lessons to be a public speaker. And I think somehow they are connected.
Wow, that's really cool. That to generate the one-on-one experience and then to establish your ability. Cool. How did you become a English like addictor?
So how did how did I improve my English? Okay. This story is a frequently told story about mine. When I was in high school, I was a super competitive student. I wanted to do well in every single subject. At the time, I did well in almost all subjects except English. Because the high school English is more difficult than that in junior middle school. So at that time, my teacher required me to recite a passage each week from a book called New Concept, you may all know. And later, when I was a senior 2 student, I met a very beautiful teacher called Melissa. So I promised that I will recite one passage to her each week. So at the very beginning, I recited a passage from textbook, and later New Concept, or maybe CT4, CT6, 10-4, 10-6, IELTS passage. And finally, I recited passages from New York Times, and even the inaugural address of George W. Bush, the presidential speech, something like that. So I kept reciting passages for 2 years, and that's how I built my own foundation of English. So when I got into college and became an English major, I could be lazy for 2 or 3 years just by 吃老本. That means depending on the foundation I've built before. So that's basically what I have been doing. So if you are an interest-driven student, you are interested in English, and then you learn it wholeheartedly, and then you will find your passion and find your foundation there.
Wow. Okay. So keep reciting for around 2 years, right? Okay. So as you can see, like I also majored in kind of in English, but my like oral English is not that well. So if I ask tips for you, so should I like recite any local or native passage day by day?
So first of all, I think it's time for me to be bitchy a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
I have known Lavender for so long. So actually throughout this year, she made little progress in English.
Okay.
So why? Very possibly first, she doesn't have very strong interest in English. Maybe this is the first thing, you are not that interested in English. And second, maybe you don't have a very realistic need for English in your everyday life. That means you don't need English that much, actually. So maybe your English level is already good enough for you to handle all the tasks in your everyday life. So my question for you is, do you think it's necessary to spend your time on English or on something else? Is it really necessary? Is this something that you really want? And that's the question you have to ask at the very beginning. So maybe, for example, at the moment, I know you're hunting for a job, right?
Yeah.
So what prevents you from hunting for a better job? Is it your English level or something else? Maybe your professional knowledge, maybe your leadership skills, I don't know. So some people try to learn English and by pretending being busy and hardworking, and actually they're ignoring some more urgent questions in their everyday life. And that would be the case. So that's my question for you. Do you really want to learn English well? Is it really necessary? Yes or no?
A good questions. As for the interest and motivation, I think I do have interest and I want to improve my English, that I can speak very fluently with like the native speakers, and also that I can speak out very fluently without many hours or the stops. Yeah, that's my motivation, that I like to become more fluent. But as for talking about the necessary, right now at my job, I think that the English requirements not that, just like you said, it's my current level is good enough to handle the job, because mostly I didn't have chance to, I didn't need to talk to the clients directly. Mostly I write the letters and also to just watch the videos. So yep, for the job necessary is not that high,
Okay.
actually.
Thank you. So being bitchy again, first of all, I highly recommend Lavender to watch this video again to see how good or broken your English was just now. And then you may be motivated a little bit. This is the first thing. And second, from your answer, I can know two pieces of information. First, currently your job doesn't require much English. It's okay for you to handle that. Second, you have some interest in English speaking. You are interested but not really much, but you want to improve. And that's the dilemma for you. So to further solve this dilemma, I want you to imagine, for example, one day you speak perfect English. And can you imagine the scenario, the picture that, oh, if I could speak perfect English, what would I do in my job or in everyday life? Can you imagine a little bit?
I can imagine that if I can speak the very fluent English, I can talk very directly to maybe the foreign customers, and also do some battle, I would say, 谈判.
Or negotiation?
Yeah, negotiation about on the business. That's more directly. And also outside the career space, I can meet more foreign friends, and then I can talk to them more smoothly, and maybe I can interview more native speakers.
Okay.
And I can develop this channel into a more famous one.
Okay. I love your final sentence, because at the beginning of your answer, you were not that excited. So you are still thinking about it. But if you want to improve your English, you have to find inner motivation. So when you give a very picturized answer with excitement, that means you are motivated to learn. And when you have a clear picture of how English is used in your everyday life, maybe you can tap WeChat and you say, you just repeat what you said to WeChat. I want to use English to do A, B, C, D, and D. I'm really excited about it. Would you give me a plan? So the clearer the picture you have, the more detailed plan you will get from people around you or from AI. So this is the case for you. And actually, it's still a matter of motivation. So also, actually, something you mentioned in your answer is that you can already do it in your everyday life. For example, do you really want to meet foreign friends? You can start from now. So it doesn't mean you have to learn English to meet foreign friends, but it's also when you meet more foreign friends, you learn how to speak. And also I've been training many teachers. So sometimes it's not about, oh, you learn so much and then you know how to teach. But sometimes it's about you teach and then you know how to teach. So just learn by doing, not by
Not by learning.
So
Okay.
they are parallel to each other. They can be done simultaneously rather than step by step. So there's something for you.
Okay. Good suggestion. Yeah. I can make it clear and have a more clear picture. Yeah, I think this is also the power of the visualization, right? Okay. As for the teaching, let's move to the speech because when you came to Guangzhou, how did you know about like the Toastmasters and like through how long that you have the passion for the speech contest?
Okay. I joined Toastmaster in 2017, and it was recommended by a friend. And before that, I had been a guest in Toastmaster for a year.
Okay.
Because at that time I was busy with my work and I was hesitating to enter or not. So after I joined Toastmaster, I began to join the contest. Yes, but a very big lesson I learned at the very beginning is that being good at English doesn't mean being good at English. Being good at English doesn't mean being good at public speaking. Yeah, so you have to learn how to connect with the audience, how to say something you want to say, and also something that want to be heard by the audience. So that balance is something I have to strike throughout the years. So as I have been competing for so many years.
How many years? 17, like 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years. 8 years. There's a 沉没成本. So there's some cost that I've already paid for so many years. So I just couldn't stop now.
Wow. Okay. Can you tell me a bit about the cost, or how to say the sunk cost, 沉没成本?
So for each year, if you want to prepare a very good speech, maybe I have to start preparing for at least for half a year, maybe. Yes, actually the contest season is quite long. It started from November and ended in May.
Yeah.
Right. So at least you
Half
have
year.
to prepare speech for half a year. That's something at least. But usually in recent year I have to prepare a bit earlier. So for example, the conference was just ended in May, and I am already writing a new speech next month. So
That's
if
cool.
you have the ambition, you have to prepare early. But sometimes when you focus too much on the speech, focus on the result, you will get anxious. But I accept being anxious. Okay.
Oh wow, that's cool. I love you saying that if you are ambitious, that you need to prepare earlier. Wow, I love this. Yeah, because when this year I competed for the Cup Golf Director, right? Then a question I was asked that, do you really want it, or are you ambitious enough? I think that's really a good question. That do I really want it?
So I want to ask you, this year Lavender competed or run for a position called CGD, right? Cup
Yeah.
Growth Director.
Yeah.
And there's so many candidates. So your ambition rate from 0 to 10, how many points have you got for your ambition?
I thought maybe only 3. Because for my like journey in Toastmasters, I think until now my biggest struggle is that I didn't apply the skills or the experience that I spent in this leadership roles to my daily life or my career. At least it's not an obvious outcome I could see. So yeah. So as for if my ambitions, or if I want to be the CGD, I think that not that much, because I think I still need to figure out how I can apply this maybe soft skills or this experience to help to improve my life and career.
I think it's still about a matter of motivation, right? So let me tell you my theory about ambition thing.
Okay.
For example, if you are 30% ambitious or 100% ambitious, that would be good. But if you're 60% ambitious, it's bad. Why? For example, if you're 30% ambitious, you are ready to lose, you just want to experience and you just want to try your luck, it's okay. You don't have much cost to pay. And then if you're 100% ambitious, as you have already tried your best, it's still okay to lose because there's no other way because you have tried your very best. But if you're 60% ambitious, that means you are trying but not that hard. You have paid some cost, but very likely you will fail. And then that's not something good for me. So I think 30% is good. So either 30% or 90% is a good number for your ambition. But 60%, you have to think about it. Maybe you have to lower your expectation back to 30, or maybe you have to find your motivation and go to 90 or 100%. So that would be great. So I can see many contestants, they prepare a little bit, but not that hard. And then when they fail, they are really sad. So you are bound to fail, okay? Old people like me, experienced and ambitious contestant, I'm
Prepared.
many of us, yeah, we are more likely to win. That would be the case. So you have to accept the fact that you are not ambitious enough and then you fail. It's okay. Something like that. So 30% good.
Wow, so refreshing point. You know, I it's like the first time I heard of this viewpoint. Wow, so cool. Okay, so that's also like the 30% is also, yeah, I think it's also a good experience that I still ran for the competition, and also I stood on the stage to do the speech. Yeah, you know, when I didn't have the courage to watch my replay.
You don't have the courage to watch this.
No. I mean the speech, how to say?
The election speech.
Yeah, the election speech.
So when it comes to watching your own speech, I have something to say also. Because as a contestant, for example, now on the screen, I know my English is not perfect. There are so many tiny gestures that make me look not that graceful. So, but as a contestant, I still have to watch and rewatch my video again and again to find out my problems. That's something I didn't dare to do at the beginning because many people are afraid to watch your own video, right?
Yes.
Oh,
It's like so awkward.
Awkward, right? I'm naked in front of myself. I am naked in front of myself, right? So that would be awkward. But if you have that motivation, you really want to win, and then you will watch it again and again, and then gradually you will accept yourself, and that would be the process. So so you don't want to watch, right? Okay, so keep your 30%. Not like.
Okay, so I think it's a good way to watch the replay to improve the speech. Okay, so this year you will still run for the speech contest, and how do you think about like the message and also the together with the audience? Like let me put it in other words, like it's the personal stories, or how to put some personal stories to the message that more connected to the audience.
Okay. So just now I mentioned if you want to make a really great speech, it's something that you really want to say and also the audience really want to hear. So there should be some overlap in these two areas, and that would the thing that you have to choose to speak. So I just want to give one statement first. turn your problem into everybody's problem. That means in your speech, for example, you are facing a problem in the speech, and then you should think. Actually, there are so many different angles of a problem. Okay, for example, a mom got a new baby. So does it mean all the audience have got a baby to raise? No. But if you say this baby is something that break the rhythm of my life, something that changed my life too much, it's a sudden change of life, and then you ask the audience, have you got a sudden change of life? And then people will say yes. But do you have a baby to care about? No. So the first thing is that you should very skillfully turn your problem into everybody's problem. So there's a famous sentence from the world champion, right? Sell the problem, not the solution. To make everybody feel that your problem is their problem, and then they will feel connected. And this is the first thing. And the second thing is that you still have to picturize your speech in front of the audience. So for example, there are some speeches about hardworking college entrance exam. It's all about doing exams and papers. That picture is a bit boring to the audience.
Yeah.
But if you add some metaphor, right? Like, when I passed the exam, I opened the door of my life. And then people can, and then the exam is like a door, you open the door of your life. That means you give more picture to your speech, and people can see it, and then feel it, and then it will be more connected with the audience. But also maybe not talking about exams, but talk something more visualized. For example, talk about sports. People can see the picture, so it will help you to win, to have more emotional impact on the audience. So there's some skills I've been learning all the time. Yes. So that's what I've been working on it.
Okay, sell the problem and also use some metaphor.
And picture, right? Metaphor for picture. Metaphor.
Okay, good. Thanks for sharing. And also, diving more deep into the personal stories, like do you have the moments about like when you're facing some big thing, or you experience a story, you think it too personal to share, or how do you choose this like your story to share?
Yes. This year I shared a story about my dad. And he passed away at the beginning of this year. So I was considering whether I should share this story. And still I decided to share for two reasons. First, that's something really important for me this year. And that's the only chance that I could speak to tell this story. For example, the next year I don't want to tell this story anymore, but this year I think it can be a good time. But for some other people may not. Some people may need more time to digest these things.
Yeah.
But I need the chance to say what I want to say. And second, I also want to win. So that's why I share this story. Maybe I think it can be more emotional. But sometimes when it's too emotional or too universal, maybe the audience wants something rather lighthearted, rather than some story that are too sad. So I didn't find the balance. So yeah, so actually a good speech should make the audience laugh and cry at the same time. But my speech this year is mostly to make people cry. So I think it's not I think it's a very good speech for me, but not a very good speech for contest. So I accepted that I failed in the contest, but I think it's still very worthwhile for me to tell this story on such a big stage, in something like that. And also, here's another tip for the audience. If you want to tell a very, very personal speech, you don't have to tell the whole truth. You can tell the truth selectively, and also you can low grade the emotional impact. For example, two people fighting with each other, killing each other using the knife. That's too harsh. But you may just describe two people fight with each other, a strong argument, and that's enough. You don't have to make it too detailed or too personal. I think some reasonable and minor changes to the detail of the story is acceptable. And then you can make this speech both laughable and touching at the same time, and not too personal. So you can find a balance if you really work hard on it.
Yeah. Personal stories really hard on some cases, and I do remember some contest speech that like the speakers share much about their crying moments. Yeah. Sometimes if it felt it's not that related to that scenario. Yeah.
But when we tell a very sad story, here's a tip for all of us. You have to make a sad story a bit humorous. For two reasons. First, you don't want to make the whole atmosphere too depressed. So there should be, you should add some spice in your speech, right? This is the first thing. Second, when you can actually add humor to a sad story, it means that you have already overcome
That's true.
this obstacle in your life. And then when you have already overcome it, you are energized. And when you are energized, you have the power to inspire the audience. But if you can't add humor to a sad story, that means you are still stuck in that emotional situation. And then if you are still stuck, it means you have not grown. You have not changed from the past. If you have not changed, you don't have the power or privilege to inspire the audience. So that's why I believe that adding humor to a sad story is super important. If you can't do it, maybe it's not the right time for you to tell that story.
Oh, okay. That's good. And as for like the sad moments, do you think that like sharing in a speech or sharing with a friend with your friends, is it a good way to help you get out of the sad moments? Or how did you deal with your sad moments?
Yes, when I feel sad, I usually turn to my friends to share my stories and emotions. But as I'm now turning older, I don't know why in recent years it's a bit hard for me to turn to some friends. I have fewer friends than before, I think. For example, when I'm in Guangzhou, usually I have some friends to drink and eat with. But now I don't want to turn to them. So my contact list has become shorter than before, but I still contact Lavender this afternoon, and she's still on my list. I think she's someone that I can talk to. Yes.
I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so do you think that like you change, like as you grow older, that you have like different values, or that you didn't turn to the previous contact? Or do you think that you have moved forward and the other person maybe are not in the same pace with you? Like about your friend circle, how do you like stay connected or choose your friend circle?
So I think now in the spring you can see I'm still quite young. But in
You are
person,
young, yeah.
but actually, in the past several years, my mindset have changed a little bit. I think I'm more used to being on my own and staying alone sometimes. So I need some friends that I can really talk to. So if not, I won't see them that much. And that's why gradually we separate. I think it's something quite natural. But still, there's some friends that you can cherish, and that's the truth. So I want to ask you another question, right?
Okay.
So besides being a teacher, being a contestant, what other impressions do you have on me?
Okay. That's interesting. So we got it into some
Actually, we
spicy content.
yeah, actually we don't communicate that much outside Toastmasters. Even though we have dinners for several times, but not that much.
Only several times.
So what's your impression on me as a friend or as a person. Yeah.
For me, what I could feel is that I like the way that you can like go or share or speak directly or speak straightforward, like just being me. Okay, so I can you ask that? Can I ask that if so do you only show this mean way to your friends or for someone else also? Like, do you keep a good person like face mask for on some like not that familiar friends?
Yeah, I'm just being. I mean only to good friends like Lavender. So when we got familiar with each other, it's okay to be mean and have some fun together. So it's not actually that mean, but sometimes it's by telling the truth in a funny way. For example, last time I met Lavender, I thought, oh, she graduated from the major of diplomacy, right?
Yes.
But I could not tell that because, oh, from your English or from your knowledge, I didn't think you graduated from diplomacy. So I laugh at him a little bit. I laugh at her a little bit, but I think it's still a friendly way to make fun of each other. Yeah, something like that. And that's also a true style of mine. Sometimes I want to make fun with people around me. Yeah, that would be good.
Wow, I think that's really an interesting and like an attractive characteristic. Yeah, to get some humor or make some fun on the things that we are experiencing. Yeah.
So I also have a question for Lavender. Similar one. So basically, when I see you in Toastmaster, you are energetic, you are caring, you're responsible mostly to organize so many different events. So when you are alone or with your friends outside Toastmasters, is there any faces that people don't know? Any characteristics?
Yeah, I think that in Toastmasters, I have the impression of friendly and also energetic. But I think it's also a space differently because in the past I was the shy and also I didn't talk with like friends or classmates. You know, when I'm in high school or middle school, I only focused on like the paper, like the work, the homework. So I think that the different phase is that in Toastmasters, I'm more openly to show myself. But like in the past, I didn't show, like I didn't talk, I didn't like share much. So I think that that's why I loved Toastmasters atmosphere. Especially in club like in Galaxy Club that we are more like familiar with each other and we can share the like something very close to, topic that's okay. And the other one is that I am not that responsive to every case. So you know, sometimes some people would say that many times I text you, I didn't got a response. So I think I accept this kind of aspect. I think that I can have this kind of ability to react to everyone, and I also have that like criteria to select who to become the friends. Like, but for me, I like to talk like more generally. So that's why I like Jimmy, and also I like David, and also the persons that I invited to my podcast. I think that with this person, we could speak friendly and also share our feelings.
So totally agree with you because Nowadays, some people text me some messages. Sometimes I choose to ignore because I don't have the energy to reply. Yeah, and yeah, first of all, you're getting older.
Yes, that's true. Not energetic as.
Also, you have more social confidence. I think it's okay to ignore people a little bit. It's okay not to be liked all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's something really good. And I also want to ask you, do you label yourself as hardworking? Do you think you are a hardworking person?
Yes. Yes, I think I do work like hardworking.
Let me be clear at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So I think Lavender has been hardworking in Toastmasters for quite a while, organizing different activities. But when it comes to public speaking, making speeches, I don't think she's hardworking. And when it comes to job hunting, she's not hardworking either. So why you label yourself as hardworking? So would you please elaborate a little bit?
A bit.
No, but I think people choose to be hardworking at different times on different aspects. So you can answer from this perspective.
Yes, I think talking about hardworking or handling the problem, I think that I am the kind of person when I'm choosing to do something, then I do it responsibly. So when organizing the activities, I tried my best to complete the task. And as for the speech, I think I think for this year I want to spend energies on this, because maybe in the past I put more energy on the organization. And yeah, I had to admit that my speech is so poor. Yeah, and also maybe because I still didn't figure out the way to make a good speech. I think I still need to put more efforts into it and practice it.
Learn from you.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's so lucky and honored that you become my mentor.
Okay, you didn't turn to this mentor that often.
Yeah. So yeah, because sometimes I have that kind of the pressure if because I couldn't reach the high expectation of a very good speech right now. So sometimes it also feel, oh, okay, I just make it just so.
Okay. And when it comes to hardworking, I also have something to share. The first thing is that different people are hardworking on different aspects. So they don't have to be hardworking on every single aspect of life. For example, I'm hardworking on speech contest, so I'm not that hardworking on leadership or on my work. This is the first thing. Yeah. Second, I'm not very hardworking at work actually. For example, now I'm working as a trainer for English teachers, and usually I don't organize my courses, but teacher will tell their requirement, and then I will follow their requirement and to do something. So I don't have a very specific plan. I don't want to work too hard on it. But the thing is that sometimes when you are lazy at something, you may come up with a more effective way to deal with that things. That's why laziness is the driving force of the progress of mankind sometimes. But there should be a premise. That means you have to be capable at the beginning. That means if you are very capable at something and then you are lazy a little bit, and then you will be innovative to deal with everything effectively, and that would be the case. So and also some people are too focused on their work, on one task and then they become too anxious and that affects their work performance. So sometimes get rid of your work a little bit and focus on something else, and then when you're back to the work again with a more light-hearted mindset, and maybe you can do something better than before. So something like that. So don't have to be hardworking all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is really important to have the like the capable ability, and also to work smartly. Sometimes like hard working is not means efficient.
Yes, and also I have been working hard on content for so many years, but still now I believe that getting a coach or a mentor is still important.
Oh,
So that means you have to be hardworking in the right direction,
ah,
get to the right person sometimes. So I still have to be coached this year, I think. But I won't tell this to everybody I know in Toastmasters because I still want to remain competitive in a secret way. But I can tell this in this podcast. If someone listen to it, they know I'm finding a coach. But if not, it's okay.
yeah, I think that actually is for the especially like the like how to say with the experienced speakers, contest speakers, they do have the coach like speech coach.
Yeah.
Coach. Oh, okay. And for okay, and another impression that I want to ask you is that how how do you think about the relationship? Yep. How do you want to have a partner and like build a home in the future? Yeah, that's like not impression, but a question that I wanted to ask you.
Oh, I want to have a relationship, but not necessarily a family. Yeah.
Ah,
Tell you more later at dinner.
okay.
But I want to tell what an ideal relationship for me. So there are two elements that is very important. First is understanding. Second is respect.
Ah,
What does it mean? Understanding means that there's some overlap of your values, right? So when it comes to some key issues of life, you think in the same way, you understand each other, you share the common values. That would be important at the first place. However, each individual would be different. So sometimes you are doing something that your partner doesn't think is good, right? There's some disagreement. So I had a partner before, and then when I said something that's different from my partner's idea, my partner would analyze for a long time.
oh my God.
For a while, no, and then my partner told me the analysis, and then I said no, I still want to follow my heart, and then my partner would stop right away.
Ah,
From that moment on, my partner would support me unconditionally.
ah,
That means if you're in a relationship, what's respect? First of all, you don't disagree with your boyfriend or girlfriend, right? And then you tell your reasons first. And then observe his facial expression or reaction, something like that. Okay, is it okay? And then if your boyfriend still don't want to change his mind, or your girlfriend doesn't want to change her mind, and then stop there, and then fully support him or her in the future. I think that's a very enjoyable relationship for me, because my partner could do that at that time. So that's what I cherished. Yeah, something like this.
that's true.
So how about you? How do you think about relationships? And also in the future, I think when you get home, right? Your auntie, uncle, grandparents, whatsoever are urging you to get married. So how do you think about relationship and family?
Wow. The scenario is like, yeah, when I came home, I did got like the question that what's your like status? Do you have a boyfriend, or when do you going to marry and get a child? Yeah, tough question. But I think for me, I don't have the exact expectation on this. I think that in the past, I didn't want to build a family. Yeah, because I think that to raise a kid is a difficult task, and also you need to deal with the things happen in family. Like you need to deal with your own family, also your partner's family, right? It's like a big situation. And so for me, I don't have the exact expectation for family. And as for boyfriend, I'm not that into it as well. I have a short relationship, but I think that I felt I'm not that into it, or I felt like scared, so I ran away.
You felt scared.
Yeah. Scared because of that. At that time, like yeah, because I was used to staying alone, and also maybe do my own things. So like my boyfriend like kept texting me or like asking the question. I think that's a bit heavy to handle this. So I think that oh my god, I just want to be stay alone.
Yeah, I find that some girls around me are not that sensitive to emotions or to romantic relationships. Right? Maybe you're one of them.
Yes.
I have seen some girls like you. Yeah, but I think it's quite natural. Just follow your pace. It's okay.
Yeah, and as for the like, but like, you know, maybe having a relationship like for a short term is also an interesting thing. Yeah, and maybe you can do some interesting activity together, and because like you know at my age. Many of my friends have already built their family and had their own kids. Sometimes, like watching the kids, they are so cute.
So I want to ask you that short relationship brings you more happiness or sadness? Or 50-50?
I wish happiness more.
But
I
you
wish.
But, so what's the truth? So that relationship brought you more what?
Because I didn't have too.
Long.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't.
And too many.
Okay, so get another one. Okay, next one.
Okay, so as for the like your space in this year, because you have already been like capable of your career, like the teaching, like you also can teach remotely, right? So how's your pace that you right now you can move in between two cities, then one part for your family and one part for your like freedom, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm a bit of envy that you can do this. So, what make you choose in this way? Like, some people they might only move to their hometown or only stay in Guangzhou.
Okay, currently I'm working online as a trainer for English teacher. So I work online just by chance. Because after I quit my job in New Oriental, I started some online courses for English writing, creative writing. We read some masterpieces from the literature and then to write a story. But later I couldn't continue with that course anymore because it's not that needed in the society. And I think most of the students are English teachers. So I started training them to teach exams. That's what I'm good at. So that's how I work online. And also, because many teachers like me, like the way I train them, so they recommend me to teachers all over the nation. So I've got students in Beijing, Shanghai, Haikou, something like that. So that's why I can work online to train them.
Oh.
Yeah, so because this is a network of independent teacher all over the country, yes, I only get a very small fraction of it, super tiny friction. But this is how the business is working on right now. So I'm so lucky to be able to commute between home and Guangzhou. And actually, I don't want to commute that much, but I have to go home because, as I mentioned earlier in the interview, my dad passed away this year, so my mom is alone at home. So I have to go back for a while and then stay with her and then travel back. And that's why you can see this backpack. I'm just back from our hometown and then here in Guangzhou this afternoon. But in the future, maybe I am a bit tired of the commuting between the two cities, but it's easy because it's only a 3-hour bus ride or 2-hour bus ride. But still, maybe in the next semester, I will stay in Guangzhou for a whole week and then back in hometown for another week. So I can continuously attend several Toastmaster meetings, meet different people, settle, go to gym, and then I'm back to hometown for another week. I think that would be easier for me. So I want to stay in Guangzhou more. To be a bit selfish a little bit, I think it's okay. But in the first half of this year, I spend more time at home actually.
Oh, okay. That's true. It's really like takes time or some shift when big things happen and we need to like make some little adjustment. Yeah. And also I like your I think it's also a lucky or also a method to make your like personal career successful.
Yes, at the very beginning, my mom always hated my decision to quit from the school or the organization. But now, I think she loves it so much because I can work from home, right? So as I'm working online, working from home, and we can spend time together. So I think it's good for her and good for both of us. So I think it's quite lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I wish that because like I really think that your current status, like you can work remotely and also you can support your family, is a way that I am dreaming of, that work remotely. And right now I didn't find my way yet. So I need to do more like experiments to figure out my way.
But still, I think working remotely is just the way you work. Still, you have to find a passion in work. So regardless of the way you work, so I think it's not that important. I think it's still secondary. You still have to find a motivation at work. That would be more important.
Yeah. Okay. Find my dream work and also the direction. Okay. Thank you, Jimmy, for your coming and for your sharing. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.